The moment this game ended, the narrative didn't just shift, it detonated. Because what we watched wasn't simply a 13-6 football game. It was a full-blown identity crisis, unfolding in real time, wrapped in chaos, ego, frustration, and one of the most uncomfortable truths the NFL has had to face all season. This wasn't about the Browns beating the Steelers. This was about the Steelers beating themselves while the entire league watched in disbelief. And at the center of it all stood Shedeur Sanders, outplaying Aaron Rodgers in a game that felt like it was supposed to be impossible. A game that wasn't even supposed to look competitive on paper, yet somehow turned into a referendum on legacy, leadership, and ego. The shock wasn't that Cleveland won. The shock was how powerless Pittsburgh looked while it happened. The shock was watching a supposed veteran, a supposed stabilizing force, get completely outmaneuvered by a rookie quarterback playing with nothing to lose. The shock was realizing that this wasn't some fluke or bad weather fluke or unlucky bounce. This was exposure. This was vulnerability. This was a team staring at itself in the mirror and realizing the reflection wasn't what it believed it was. And the most uncomfortable part of all is that this didn't feel like a fluke loss. It felt like a reckoning that's been building all season and finally arrived under the bright lights. Because when you strip it all down, what happened in this game wasn't about a single throw or a single missed opportunity. It was about mentality. It was about preparation. It was about discipline. It was about whether a team truly understands who it is when the pressure suffocates the air out of the stadium. And the Steelers, for all their history, all their pride, all their tradition, looked like a team that didn't know which version of itself was supposed to show up. Meanwhile, the Browns walked in with clarity, hunger, and nothing to lose. And that combination is dangerous in this league, especially when the opposing team is busy worrying about everything except winning the actual football game in front of them. This game exploded into relevance because it was supposed to be simple. The Steelers win, they control their destiny, and they set up a massive divisional showdown on their own terms. Instead, they walked straight into a trap of their own making. The Browns didn't dominate statistically. They didn't overwhelm with flashy offense. They simply executed better in the moments that matter most. They made the plays the Steelers didn't, and that's where this entire story lives. Early on, it was clear Cleveland had a plan. They weren't trying to win pretty. They were trying to win ugly, slow the game down, control the pace, and let the pressure crush Pittsburgh from the inside. And it worked. Myles Garrett didn't even need to record a sack to control the narrative. His presence alone changed how the Steelers played. You could see it in the hesitation, in the altered protections, in the way Aaron Rodgers was forced to rush throws and reset his feet over and over again. Garrett said it himself afterward, that the Steelers seemed more focused on keeping him away from the quarterback than actually winning the game. That comment wasn't trash talk, it was observation. It was psychological warfare, and it was devastatingly accurate. The Steelers played scared of one man instead of confident in their own identity, and that fear bled into everything else. Their offense felt disjointed, their timing was off, their decision-making was rushed. When opportunities presented themselves, they didn't capitalize. They stalled. They hesitated. They overthought. Meanwhile, the Browns just kept stacking small wins. Field position, discipline, execution. Nothing flashy, just effective. Then there's the part no one wants to admit out loud. The Steelers didn't lose because of one bad play or one bad call. They lost because they lacked the one thing championship teams always have in moments like this: clarity. When the game tightened, when the pressure mounted, when the noise got loud, Cleveland stayed composed and Pittsburgh unraveled. And the most painful part for Steelers fans is that this isn't new. This is a pattern. Big moment, big opportunity, big letdown. And then there's the part that's almost unbelievable. The idea that a moment involving a fan, a sideline distraction, and a star receiver could ripple through the entire game in such a dramatic way. But it did. The absence of that presence on the field changed everything. Suddenly, routes weren't crisp. Timing wasn't there. Trust wasn't there. And when you're facing a defense that thrives on confusion and hesitation, that's a death sentence. You could see it in Aaron Rodgers' body language. You could see it in the way he looked downfield, searching for options that weren't there, forcing throws that shouldn't have been thrown, pressing when patience was required. And that's where the conversation gets uncomfortable. Because this wasn't about talent. This was about decision-making under pressure. This was about leadership. This was about understanding the moment and rising to it instead of shrinking beneath it. The Browns didn't win because they were more talented. They won because they were more composed. They trusted their plan. They trusted their identity. And most importantly, they trusted each other. The Steelers, on the other hand, looked like a team pulled in different directions. Special teams faltered. Opportunities slipped away. Momentum swings went unanswered. Even when they had chances to swing the game back in their favor, something always went wrong. A missed kick here, a stalled drive there, a misread route, a mistimed throw, death by 1,000 cuts. And the most damning part of all is that this wasn't unexpected. There were warning signs all season. Games where they escaped rather than dominated. Moments where they looked disjointed but survived on grit alone. Eventually, that luck runs out. And when it does, the truth hits hard. This team didn't lose because of one bad decision. They lost because the foundation cracked. Meanwhile, Cleveland walked out with something far more valuable than a win. They walked out with belief. Belief that they can dictate games. Belief that they can win ugly. Belief that they don't need perfection to win big. That kind of confidence is dangerous, especially heading into the final stretch of the season. And that's why this game matters so much more than the score suggests. It reshaped the AFC picture. It forced uncomfortable conversations in Pittsburgh. It reignited debates about leadership, preparation, and identity. And it exposed a truth that can't be ignored. When the moment demanded clarity, the Browns had it, and the Steelers didn't. This wasn't just a loss. This was a warning. A warning that reputation doesn't win games. History doesn't win games. And hope certainly doesn't win games. Execution does. Composure does. Belief does. And on this night, the Browns had all three. So now the Steelers head into the final week not in control, not confident, not comfortable, but chasing, reacting, and hoping. And that's the worst place a team with championship expectations can be. Because once doubt creeps in, once hesitation takes hold, it spreads. And it doesn't care about banners or legacies or past glory. It only cares about who can stand up when everything is on the line. And on this night, that wasn't Pittsburgh.